So we get calls to our office all the time about people who were involved in an auto accident. Usually they're a passenger, a pedestrian, somebody riding a scooter or a moped or a bike, and they're involved in an auto accident and they don't have automobile insurance. And it turns out the person who struck them wasn't just a bad driver, they're also an irresponsible driver because the person who struck them doesn't have automobile insurance either. So there's no automobile insurance. Does this mean it's the end of the road and the injured party is just out of luck? No, not necessarily. In most insurance agreements in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, there's what's called uninsured motorist coverage. But if you don't have insurance, you may still be able to make a claim under a resident relative's uninsured motorist coverage. So I'll give you a couple examples of this. Maybe a teenager or early 20-year-old college student lives at home with their mother and father. The college student or teenager gets injured, they don't drive, they don't have automobile insurance, but they're a resident relative living with their parents, and their parents have automobile insurance and they have uninsured motorist coverage. If that child wasn't the driver, they could make a claim under their parents' uninsured motorist coverage as a resident relative. So think about it this way, you have to be a resident, you have to live with the person, be in the household with them, and they have to be a relative, mother, father, sibling. We've even made these claims successfully where it's a cousin or a nephew. So it's important to talk to a lawyer because you may think that it's the end of the road and you're just out of luck, but a good lawyer can sniff out any possible insurance coverage that might be out there, and they're going to really take a close look at the claim and figure out if you might be covered under somebody's uninsured motorist coverage as a resident relative. It's a very fact-intensive question. And another thing about coverage as a resident relative, insurance companies hate it. Insurance companies take a close look at it. Oftentimes, they'll assign a special investigator at the insurance company to send a list of questions to the lawyer. They might want a statement under oath, which they're entitled to. And there's a lot of ways to make missteps. Even if you're perfectly eligible to make a claim under this policy, there's a lot of ways to mess up your claim. So it's important to discuss your potential claim with a lawyer if you think you might be a resident relative and might have to make a claim under a resident relative's uninsured motorist coverage.